What's going on, guys? Wayne here with DeVito Family Travel. Been a minute since I've recorded a video, so wanted to get back on here, let you guys see the goods. Go ahead, take a picture, take a screenshot. You know you're taking screenshots. Come on, we both know, right? I'm gonna get a little water. My Epcot corkcicle. So, been a minute, wanted to record a video, and I want to talk today about the Disney bubble. What's the Disney bubble? Should it be popped? Should it not be popped? Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? Lots to talk about it. If you're like, what is the Disney bubble? I don't even know what you're talking about. Then, you're going to find out right now. So, the Disney bubble. The Disney bubble is essentially when you come on a Walt Disney World vacation. And the term is usually just used for Walt Disney World in Florida, just because of the sheer vastness and amount of parks and resorts and everything else as compared to the rest of the other parks. The Disney bubble, to be in the Disney bubble means, you essentially, obviously you go to all the parks, but then you stay at a Disney resort. You eat at all Disney locations, or not, you don't eat at every Disney location, but when you eat at Disney locations. You're shopping, right, at Disney stores and whatnot. You spend your time on Disney property. You don't leave, right? You're not leaving, going to the ale house to get some chips and salsa for lunch. You're going to get chips and salsa in Mexico, in Epcot, right? That's what you're going to do. Now, a lot of people say it's not that big of a deal, it's overrated. I'll be honest with you, I'm very pro-Disney bubble. My wife is very pro-Disney bubble. And this is obviously a subjective, it's whatever, whatever you want. There's no right or wrong answer here. But for me, the reason why I'm so pro-Disney bubble is because of theming. When I go on vacation, I want like a consistent theme. So I usually describe it like this. Think of it in terms like this, right? Let's say you go to Jamaica, right? You stay at, Sandals Negril in Jamaica, right? Beautiful resort, ocean front property, amazing restaurants, amazing people, right? Everyone's got the Hawaiian shirts, the Lays. It's not Hawaiian, you know what I mean. Caribbean, right? There's no Lays in the Caribbean. What am I talking about? You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. It's a Caribbean theme resort, right? Imagine you go check into your room and it's like 1950s Brooklyn decor. You'd be like, what? Where am I? You would expect a Caribbean themed room of some sort, right? And that's all the Disney bubble is. When you're on vacation and you're staying at a resort, you want a themed Disney resort. You want themed restaurants. That's big for me because it keeps you in the Disney mindset. If you like Disney, if you don't like, classic Disney especially and whatnot from when you were a kid or whatever else, then this is probably not that big of a deal for you. But if you're a person who is looking at the details, who wants to feel a certain way, right? You might think I'm crazy. Smell, right? The smells at the resorts. You go into Polynesian, and it's not a joke, they pump smells. I mean, a lot of places do this, but they pump in smells. So you start to associate these smells and the look and you eat the food, the taste, right? It's an all-encompassing experience. And that's what the Disney bubble is. So I encourage people, if you can do it, do it. 100%, right? And there's lots of ways to go about it and to do it. If you're constrained to, you can only travel in the summer, yes, it's going to be more expensive, right? But if there's a little bit of flexibility, especially right now, there's tons of great deals going on still. You can even get a lot of good deals for 2025. But if there's some flexibility and you can travel outside of the busy times, that's when you can really capitalize on some amazing deals, right? It's not going to be cheap, but guess what? It ain't cheap to do nothing, right? I got a family of 5. It's not cheap to do anything. Everything is expensive. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of hate out there, right? Everyone talks trash about Disney and how expensive it is and this and that. I've done tons of comparison posts and different things like that on like what the actual prices are compared to other things, and it is not as expensive as people say, right? You definitely do get what you pay for, right? If you are a Hilton Rewards member and you've saved up points and you're going to use that, that's awesome. That's great. Good for you, right? I mean, I would encourage you to say save that, use it someplace else. Try to stay on property, and even like look at a value resort or a moderate resort. You can get lots of moderate resorts at really cheap for the right time of year. I'm talking like $250. I'm just saying. So yeah. So the Disney bubble, 100% pro Disney bubble. Give it a shot. But when you give it a shot, just kind of like, kind of drop your preconceived notions, right? Go in there positive and say, you know what, I'm gonna dive in. I'm gonna dive in head first to the Disney bubble. Okay? Don't pop it. When you dive in, kind of like, don't pop it, because you don't want to pop it. You want to go in the bubble without the bubble popping, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, there's my take on the Disney bubble. Pro bubble, baby.